Good evening, and welcome to tonight's evening special. I am Sophia Becerra with XYZ News on Channel 12. The world is currently at a shocking standstill as we watch Serbia change forever. Citizens have begun a revolution against the Serbian government, demanding religious freedom and a formal, written rule of law. The Ottoman Empire has sadly been unable to provide for that. The threat of a Christian revolt began just 30 years ago in the late 18th century, which prompted the government to raise taxes and execute veterans and important local figures. This was the last straw for Serbian Christians, and thus the Serbian Revolution began to take its course. Alex Becerra, a local Serbian native who has played a major role in the independent group's actions toward the Serbian Revolution.
Hello.
So Alex, do you mind if I ask you a couple of questions about the present situation?
Of course not.
Perfect. So, my first question is, how exactly was religion associated with the independence group?
Well, since the 15th century, the Patriarchate of the Serbian Orthodox Church has served as an important reminder of a pure Serbian state. But the Sultan, which is a group of Christians turned Muslims here in Serbia, recently abolished it and replaced it with Greek influence. They call themselves the Janissaries.
That sounds terrible. Could you please tell me more about the Janissaries?
They're probably the most feared yet successful troops of our time. They have terrorized their own people in the Balkans for a while now. They are simply rebellious mercenaries with their own agenda, separate from the government. The Janissaries refuse to bow down to the local Ottoman administration and frequently abuse the Serb population.
I am awfully sorry to hear that. Best of luck to you in your goal for bringing peace back to Serbia. Thank you for answering my questions.
Thank you for having me.
I'm here with Gustavo Becerra, a local Serbian army general, here to give us information on the military.
Great to be here.
So I'm going to ask you some questions now.
Okay.
How did the militia form?
Well, the Janissaries have continued to rebel against the Sultan's government, called the Sublime Porte. Then Haji Mustafa, the governor of Belgrade, was prompted to create a defensive militia of Serbian Christians.
Interesting. And how did the Janissaries react?
This was happening at the same time Napoleon had invaded Egypt, so they definitely feared a Christian rebellion.
They must have felt extremely threatened. Did they act on those feelings?
They did. They raised taxes here, which made many Serbs move to Hungary. The Porte even started executing Austrian war veterans and 70 Serbian nobles. These were all public executions as well.
That's awful. Well, thank you for speaking with me.
My pleasure.
I am now here with Nicolo Rosco, one of our insiders who works for the Serbian government.
Hi.
So, could you give us some information on the Serbian Orthodox Church's relation to the government?
Of course, in the mid-15th century, when the Ottomans successfully got rid of the medieval Serbian kingdom, the Serbian Patriarchate at Ipek, a Serbian city, was abolished as well. But in 1557, the Patriarchate was restored because of the Ottoman Grand Vizier, who was ironically a Serbian.
That's very interesting. Could you tell me more on the Patriarchate?
Sure, the Patriarchate was the main reminder of a pure Serbian state until the early 1700s, when the Sultan abolished it again and replaced it with Greek influence. This all happened because the Patriarch of Constantinople was urging it.
It seems like it has a very hard time maintaining. Did the Serbian Orthodox Church do anything that influenced the Serbian government?
It did, actually. It was a huge help in maintaining old traditions from the Serbian Empire. It also has worked with the independence group to create nationalism and protect national unity, since they firmly believe in peace and strength.
That's very fascinating. Thank you for speaking with me.
My pleasure.
I'm now here live reporting from Belgrade, Serbia, and I'm going to ask a local how they feel on the present situation. There's one now! Hello, ma'am. What's your name?
Hi, I'm Gina.
Do you live here in Serbia?
I do.
Okay, I just have one question for you.
Okay.
Was religion a true motivating factor in this present situation, or was it just used for political ends?
Religion was definitely a motivating factor. Those Janissaries turned those Christian boys away from their faith in order to kill. Then they turned against our own government. So I guess you could say both.
Thank you for your input.
Anytime.